Texas green. It's that yellowy brown.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
Yeah, we do have those abnormally dry conditions again. It was really dry. We did have that one day where we had a lot of the rain, and you'll see that here. It's the only blue day on this calendar that rain knocked our temperatures to below normal. Otherwise, for the entire month of July, we've had above normal temperatures. So here's that one day that we saw that rain. Most of that was out by Alice, but overall, it's been a very, very hot month. So much so that the first 2 weeks of July, we are the first warmest on record here in Corpus Christi. So very hot temperatures continuing into this new month. 94 right now, but add in the humidity and it feels closer to 110 degrees. So if you have any plans this evening, make sure that you are taking it easy and staying hydrated as you head out this evening. Temperatures tonight falling into the upper 70s with some areas hanging out around the 80-degree mark, especially the closer to the coast that you get. Southerly breeze continues to bring more and more humidity here into the coastal bend. We didn't quite hit 100 today, but I do think we're going to get there tomorrow. I've got us getting to 100 here in Corpus Christi. Locations west of Highway 77 and 281 definitely into the 100s for yet another day. Now you add the humidity on top of all of those temperatures, and we're again in that heat advisory criteria. We've already got one issued for tomorrow. Here's an hourly look at the forecast for tomorrow, getting up to 100 for our air temperature. Feels like temperature is about 10 to 15 degrees above that. Speaking of the heat advisory, here's where it is right now. It's issued for tomorrow. It's heat advisory for the whole coastal bend. No excessive heat warnings, and this one only goes until 7 p.m. And the past couple of days, the National Weather Service will issue this ahead of time for the next day, and then overnight update it to include some excessive heat warnings towards the coast and extend it till 8 p.m. I do think that will likely happen again. So here's what it looks like right now. You can see what I'm talking about with those excessive heat warnings by the coast. And of course, we're not the only ones suffering through this heat. Much of Texas and the southern United States is under some sort of heat warning, and for good reason. Here's a look at current temperatures. So this isn't even including that humidity and the feels like temperature. This is unfortunately going to last for at least the next week, as this high pressure that's been parked over the desert southwest comes over to Texas and essentially just sits right on top of us, and all of that air coming down, being pushed downwards in the atmosphere, dries out and it's going to heat us up. So is some Saharan dust coming in here. I'll talk about that in just a minute. That's going to help dry out the air, and since dry air can heat up faster, it's more likely that our highs are going to be hotter. However, this high pressure is forecast to move back over to the desert southwest, and this is maybe going to open up the door to some changes in our weather, possibly some low rain chances, but this is on the very back end, if not outside of our 7-day forecast, and so that makes it a little low confidence, but it does look like we are unfortunately still going to be staying hot to the tune of about 100 degrees each day. And I've got each day for the next week within 2 degrees, if not breaking the record high temperature. So very hot weather continuing here for the month of July in Corpus Christi and the coastal bend. Here's a look at the tropics right now. Subtropical storm Don, not a threat to land. What we're focused on is this Saharan dust. Like I said, it's already here, and we're going to continue to see a little bit more, possibly another plume of it heading into next week. That'll continue to kind of degrade our air quality and make the skies a little bit hazier. So if you are sensitive to it, do keep that in mind. Here's a look at that Saharan dust forecast. Going to have hazy skies continuing for this whole week, unfortunately. Heat advisory again for tomorrow and likely over the next several days. The one good thing about that dust, though, Brian, we'll have some very pretty sunsets.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Kristen.